Hey guys, welcome back. We're back again for math. I hope you guys did really good on that addition quiz. I can't wait to see how good, wonderful you did. But alright, today we are actually going to be kind of starting subtraction because we've learned all those different ways that we can add. So it's time for us to start learning subtraction. So we're going to be talking about something called related facts today. And we're going to use some number bonds again to talk about those related facts. And yes, as you can tell, all of these number bonds are going to make 10 because we've talked about how important it is. So let's see some ways to make 10. What are some ways to make 10? Alright, you thought of some ways to make 10? Alright, if I write your way, you get to say, woohoo! Alright, was this your way? Okay, yep, that way makes 10. Did you think of this way? Yeah, remember, you can woohoo when I get your way. And remember, it wouldn't matter if you said 8 first and then the 2, or if you said 2 plus 8, it doesn't matter. Did you think of this way? Yeah, I did too. And did you think of this way? Yep, good. You guys are getting better at that, making a 10. Alright, since we have these number bonds that all make 10, we know that they kind of go with the equations. We talked about how a number bond is just another way to show an equation. For example, we know that it means that 5 plus 5 equals 10. And it won't matter if I switch those 5's, will it? No, they're the same. But you know what this number bond also shows? It also shows subtraction. Yeah, it can. For example, it also shows that if I have 10 and I subtract or I take away 5, then I'm going to have the other 5 as my answer. So yeah, number bonds can be used for adding or subtracting. And these two facts right here are called related facts. Related means that there's something the same about you. Like if you're related to your sister, that's because you guys have the same parents. Or if you're related to your cousin, that's because you guys have the same grandparents probably. So that's what related means. You have things that are the same. Well, these guys are related because they have all the same numbers in them. They both have 1 5. They both have another 5, and they both have a 10. So that's why we call them related, because they have all the same numbers. And it's just like the number bond. Alright, so let's look at this number bond to show 10, the 2 and the 8 that make 10. Well, we know that this number bond is saying that 2 plus 8 could make 10. And we also know that it's saying 8 plus 2 could show 10, because it doesn't matter which way we do it. But you know what? It's also showing some subtraction. It's also showing that if you have 10 and you subtract or you take away 2, then you're going to have 8. And it's also showing, it's also showing that if you have 10 and you take away the 8, then you're going to have 2. You're right. And all of these facts are related because they all have the same numbers in them. They all have an 8, they all have a 2, and they all have a 10. So number bonds can show you addition and subtraction and that they're all related. I would like you to try on the next two. Get you a piece of paper or a whiteboard or whatever you've got to write on. And I would like to see if you guys can make all the facts that would go with this number bond. And all the facts that can go with this number bond. And there's 4 of them, remember. Oops. I don't need circles there. Let me fix that. I need blanks for the answer. The circles are where you're going to put the plus or the minus sign. That's what the circles are for. Oops, I did it again. There we go. Alright, remember they're all going to have 4. The only reason that this one didn't have 4 was because the 5 and the 5 were the same, and it didn't matter if we moved them around because they're both 5, so it didn't matter. That's the only reason this one only has 2. But all the rest of them should have 4. See if you can figure out what the number bonds are, what the related facts would be that go with each number bond. So just go ahead and pause the video now and restart it when you're ready. Okay, let's see if you found them. I'm going to change my marker color. When I get the fact that you thought of, or the equation that I thought of, or that you thought of, you can stand up and jump. We'll get up and move around a little bit. All right, so did you think of this one? Good, stand up and jump. Did you think of this one? Stand up and jump. Good. And remember, it doesn't matter. If you didn't put it first, it's okay. You could have put it anywhere. It didn't have to be the first one you thought of, just if you thought of it anywhere. All right, did you think of this one? Yeah. Did you think of this one? Good. We did some jumping. Good job. Those are all the related facts that go with 10 and 1 and 9 with that number bond. All right, how about on the next one? Remember, if I write the one that you thought of, you've got it on your paper somewhere, you stand up and jump. Did you think of this one? Good. Did you think of this one? Good. What about this one? Yeah. What about this one? Oops, 7. Good. And remember, they're all related. Let's look at the next page. All right, on our next page, you notice the number bonds don't make 10 this time. Number bonds don't always have to make 10. That's just what we've worked with so far. These number bonds make different numbers. So, I thought of a way to make 7. This is the way I thought of to make 7. Do you know other ways to make 7? Yeah, those are good ways, but we're going to use 3 plus 4 this time, okay? Alright, this is how I thought of to make 8. Do you know other ways to make 8? Yeah, those are great ways. Those are great ways too, but we're going to use 4 plus 4 for this one. Oh, 14. Ooh, I thought of a way to make 14. It's something we've been talking about. 10 plus 4. Are there other ways to make 14? Yeah, there's lots of ways to make 14, but we're just going to use 10 plus 4 for this one. All right, and then 12. Ooh, I thought of this one. Are there other ways to make 12? Definitely, there's lots of ways, but we're just going to use 8 plus 4 this time. All right, let's see if we can think of the fact families that would go with these, or I called it fact families, related facts. Sometimes they're called fact families, because things are related or in the same family. But let's see if we can think of the related facts that go with these. So, okay. Do you see one that would be related? Oh, well, I know that it's telling me that when you have 4 and 3, they make 7. So I can say 3 plus 4 equals 7. And 4 plus 3 is going to make 7, definitely. I'll erase that. Oh, I didn't mean to erase the 3 and the 4. Get back there where you belong. Okay. I wonder, do you think that it's showing that if you have 4 and you take away 3, it's gonna make 7? Is that true? 4 take away 3 equals 7? That's not true, and that's not what the number bond shows. The number bond isn't showing that if you have 4, that 3 and 7 make it. No, that's not what it's showing. So we have to be really careful when we look at the number bonds, and we have to make sure that they're true. This one is not true. That's 4 plus 3 doesn't make 7. But now I can say that if I have 7 and I take away 4, it really will make 3 because that's what's left out of the number bond, and that's what it's showing. And I can also say if I have 7, I can take away the 3 and it will make 4. That's what the number bond shows. You got to be real careful and make sure that you're showing what the number bond shows and that they're true. All right. What about 8 and 4 and 4? Well, I know we know 4 plus 4 is going to make 8. That's what it shows. 4 and 4 go together to make 8. And on this one, it won't matter if you flip them around because they're the same number. It's still going to say 4 plus 4, so I don't have to write it. But I need to think of a subtraction one now, because if you've noticed, there's 2 adding and there's always 2 subtraction in these related facts. There's 2 adding and 2 subtraction. So I bet I can say 8, and if I take away the 4, it's going to leave 4. And on this one, it's like a double fact, so I don't have to say 8 take away 4 equals 4 again because I already said it. So this one's only going to have 2. It's just going to have 1 adding and 1 subtracting, but only because it's a double. If it's not a double, they're going to have 4. All right, I'm going to let you all try on the next 2 again. So that same sheet of paper you used earlier is fine. Go ahead and try to tell me all the related facts that go with 14, 10, and 4, and all the related facts that would go with 12, 8, and 4. So pause the video and get those done. Okay, let's go over and see if you got them right. All right, when I write down the one that you've got, you can put a little check beside it, okay? So we can check, you're going to check and see if you've got them all. So did you have this one? Look for it and put a check. Did you have this fact? Good. Look for it and put a check. Then I have to do the subtraction because remember there's 2 adding and then 2 subtraction. So did you have this one? Good. Look for it and put a check. And then I bet you had this one. Look for it, put a check. Good job on that number bond and those related facts. All right, and then an 8 and 4 and 12. I bet you told me that if you have 8 and 4, it's going to make 12. Put a check. Good. And I bet you also told me that if you have 4 and 8, it's going to make 12. Good job. And then I bet you told me that if you have 12 and you take away 4, you're going to have 8. So look for that one and put a check. And then I know the last one that doesn't have a check says this. 12 subtract 8 equals 4. Good job. Good job. All right, you've got a small practice page working with the number bonds and these related facts. I know you're going to do awesome on it. If you have any trouble, remember you can always send me a message and I can meet with you and help you, or we can talk in a chat and see if we can help you on that, okay? All right. Good luck, guys.